This week we did the bulk and the entirety of making the Time Fighter app, and so we started out over here on this side, putting these two text boxes up in the top left and top right corner, putting some constraints so that they're locked up to the sides and the top as well as the hooks for the button in the middle. And attached to that, the activity main.xml has all of the references to colors, the layout of this actual screen here, and the colors we have here we can reference from these resource packages. This package here is the different strings that we can use. Big purpose of this, again, like was stated in the book, is that you can actually swap out different languages here, and so that's how you can have a lot of different languages for your application. And this is the XML for the actual bounce animation. All of the different things that it will be doing here, what it expands to, what it drops down to, the positioning of it staying in the middle, and the duration for the entirety of the actual animation. This is the actual menu that was created, and all the details there, but here's the bulk of everything that was done. And so we have our main class here and an object for when the orientation changes, so we can update that. All of our main values and variables up here, everything for the countdown timer, our time left, our score, and then we have our actual onCreate function. And so this is when we actually create the instance that we're using. This log is for when we're debugging. We had a bug in the middle of, I believe, chapter 4, where it would the score would reset whenever we change the orientation. So this is to do some logging. We have our connecting our views to our variables here using the R file, and then the actual call to the animation. And so we call the animation, then we increment the score, calls the increment score function. We move down here. This is for updating when we do change the orientation, because when we change orientation, the entire program actually shuts down. We have to create a new one, and so we hit the restore game. If saved instance is null, then we would just reset the game. We have we're getting into the bundle here, and so we have another log here to figure out what's happening at different areas, different functions here. On destroy, we have another log down here for debugging. We have the function for creating the options menu, and so we inflate the menu, and this adds items to the action bar if it is present. Another function here on option item selected. Another menu function down here. We have a function for incrementing score, which is called in our animation when we click the button. We have the reset game function, and so it changes our score back to 0. Just resets everything on the screen so that you can start the game again. And then we have on finish, we actually call the end game function. We have our restore game, which when we change the orientation, this is for bringing everything back to what it was before. So we call from the bundle the different scores that were there at the moment and update the game. And then on finish, we end the game as well, which is this function down here. We have the toast that says time's up, your score was, insert score. We have start game, which starts the timer, and we set the boolean to game start equals true. And then we have the show info button up here, which is for the menu. And so I can show exactly what that does here. I am using a physical device, so I recorded a video of me actually pulling up the application on my phone. And so here we have Time Fighter. Opening it up, I'm going to start pressing the button. Animation happens, we see the score going, we see the time going down. I don't have my orientation activated, so I'm going to go ahead and activate that. There we go. Rotate the screen. There we go. Score is still there. Time is where it was before. Everything is still working. I'm going to press this button up here. We have our Time Fighter 1.0 created by Joshua Balderas. And everything is working great. And let me just show one more time here. When I run this, actually run it to my phone, we see that we're building it. In the process. Probably should have built this before I started recording. And success. Thanks so much.